Good afternoon from central Japan. We are here in Nagoya to do some card hunting, and we're going to be at our first shop here, C-labo. We have lots of collection goals to complete. We're going to go in here and see what we can pick up. We're looking for Japanese ghost rares, ultimate rares, 20th anniversary. If you haven't already, please make sure to like and subscribe for some more card content from Japan. So we're here and we're looking for some of the Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. Got this early days collection. I like these stands actually. Work well for the Kaiba case. Complete file. I've actually just noticed this giant Yugi head. I don't even know what it's for, but it's pretty cool. Wow, we've got this playmat. That might be something that interests me. Okay, so we've got a lot of Rush Duel stuff here. It looks like we're going to be quite successful here with finding some Yu-Gi-Oh! Got a lot of Rush Duel. And this looks maybe like what we're looking for. Something worth noting when you're in Japan is you do have these yellow sticker sections which have a lot of discounted prices, usually for the smallest amount of defects. So if you're anything like me and you're a binder collector, this is definitely a place to consider because you can get some really expensive cards for a really fair price. There's a Dark Sage that we will probably look to pick up. Lots of Japanese ultimate rares, which we need to pick up a lot of. We have just seen a Dark Magician ultimate rare and we got that for half the price of that last night. So no complaints with that one. We do need to pick up a lot of these. We need the Barrel Dragon. There's an Exodia, which could be worth considering. We need the Buster Blader. Yeah, I think we're gonna have a look at these. We just need to consider what some of the prices are because we're gonna be going lots of shops today. Depending on condition, there could be some better options elsewhere. But let's see. I've just noticed as well, we've got ghost rares along the bottom. We actually nearly completed our full ghost rare set in one day yesterday. So there's only a couple more that we actually need, and I don't think they have them, but we might pick up that Harpy's Feather Duster. So if it hasn't become apparent already, we are trying to pick up a lot of the higher end Japanese cards. So we're looking for ghost rares, ultimate rares, 20th anniversary secret rares. We're also looking to complete a lot of the Series 1 and Series 2 gaps in our binders, so we will be looking to pick some of those up, just in case you're wondering what we're looking to find. I'm also going to see what other sort of unique pieces and stuff they have, because if there's graded cards with ARS specifically, that's something I'm really interested in. Maybe some sealed boxes and playmats depending on price and design. I would like a nice playmat to use as a background for some future videos. Okay, so we just came out of that C-labo just by Nagoya station, and weirdly is probably the most expensive shop that we've been to already. It is worth, when you get here, probably visiting like 4 or 5 shops and gauging the price of things so that you know straight away kind of when you walk into a shop when it's not really worth it. We did pick up a few cards though, because in their sort of discounted section they did have some binder condition cards for pretty cheap, so still worth going in. Still got a couple of things, but generally a little bit overpriced. Okay, we've just come into another shop which was just opposite the C-labo around the back of Nagoya station. I'm not sure what it's called, but they seem to have some really well priced items here, as well as, which we haven't seen yet, which we did see a lot of in Tokyo when we were last here, which is the lettering to indicate condition on the card. So this is going to be really, really helpful whenever we're trying to pick out price versus condition before we even see it, because they will generally take out the card, let you see the condition so you can decide whether you're going to buy it or not. I see a really nice ghost rare Dark Magician here, which is interesting because we already picked one up, but we could pick up another. It says D, but I'm not really seeing any major issues with it on first sight, so we'll have a look at that. We do know that in Japan they seem to critique the card condition quite heavily, so might be a lot better than we think. 2015 Blue Eyes White Dragon in English there. Super, super nice. Yeah, there might be a few cards we pick up here, some more ultimate rares, but not a whole load of options. They do have the recent World Championship Exodia. I actually haven't seen that yet in real life. I really, really like the painting aspect of it. I've also seen this, what looks like a faded Ghost Rare Blue Eyes. Quite interesting. It's a little bit more expensive than the one I bought recently, but it does look faded, so that could be quite interesting. Okay, we've just come into another shop on the same block, and this is what we're talking about. We've got some insane vintage here for really cheap. So let's have a look. Ghost Rares, Leviathan Dragon, Regeki, definitely gonna be picking those up. Lots of Dark Magicians, I have to say about those. Blue Eyes, you just can't beat the Series 1, Series 2 stuff. I definitely need to pick this up. Jinzo. I'm just seeing all the Ultimate Rares at the bottom. Yeah, I think I'm gonna need to pick a lot of this up. I might end up just clearing this entire section. Found another card shop here, just across the road, and seems to have some decent stuff. Some stuff that we haven't seen yet as well that we need. We've got an Ultimate Rare Exchange. Quite a lot of Ghost Rares actually, but not really any of the ones we need. Again, pricing seems to be a little bit different. I'm not really sure. Also interesting to see some English as well. Again, nothing major that we need. Still cool to see nonetheless. As well as that, we've also got some of these Vintage Series 1 and Series 2. I'll probably pick up a few of those Exodia pieces if you can see them. Just need to check on condition. But sort of a sporadic selection here, nothing over the top. One thing I did notice though was we've got some of the more expensive promos here separated. So you've got, there's an LOB first edition, some more 20th anniversary secrets. That Dragoon's one I need to pick up, but it is quite an expensive card. I need to kind of compare some of the prices on these because I don't even know if that's good or not. I'll only know whenever I go and see it elsewhere, and it'll be more expensive, and I should have picked up this one. Lackluster Soldier, Envoy the Beginning as well is another one I need. Now we're heading to Trading Card Shop 193. We did go to one of these last night at the other side of Nagoya, but this one looks pretty sick. We'll have to see what's inside. We did just pick up a couple of Exodia pieces from that last shop, so slowly making the purchases. So the first thing I noticed when I came in here was there's a lot of English in this shop as well. Lots of first edition. Got a first edition Gate Guardian, Lord Zerato, first edition Serpent Knight Dragon. That could be one I might look at, especially for grading potential. As you go down, we've got an English Ghost Rare Blue Eyes White Dragon. Very, very nice. Again, I'm going to have to look at picking some of these up. There's the FMR Harpy's Pet Dragon. It's really, really nice. I'm actually noticing as well in Japan that there is a lot of faded cards. So we'll have to go through and see what else we've got. There's a Shooting Star Dragon, an Eye of Timaeus Ghost Rare as well. Okay, I definitely know which of the English cards we're going to pick up now. I've just seen this little showcase of some of the old sealed product. We've got Prismatic God boxes there, as well as 15th anniversary, some structure decks, Asian Lighter Destruction box, and some of the rarity collections, as well as premium packs, and then into some of my favorites, which are the volume packs, loose and sealed. So nice. And guys, I think we've hit the jackpot here. I'm seeing the Dark Magician Girl 20th anniversary. Definitely gonna be picking that one up, as well as a shed load of Ultimate Rares just over here. We've got this Summon Skull, which is definitely coming home with me, as well as a few others. So we picked up a lot in that shop. I think that's the most we spent in one shop. Lots of Ultimate Rares, Ghost Rares, and at the end we actually saw a couple of more of the postage stamps, and they're actually cheaper than the last set. So a couple more postage stamp sets picked up, and now we're at Tekka Camp. So we're gonna go in there and see what they've got. And it's a new location, so let's see if we can find more goodness. So I think this seems to be one mainly for the Pokemon collectors. Not much Yu-Gi-Oh, and by not much I mean none. But as you've seen, there's some pretty insane vintage stuff in terms of Pokemon Japanese, and some pretty rare pieces we haven't seen before, as well as a few nice displays. There's a super nice Game Boy display on there, so we're going to move on to the next Yu-Gi-Oh shop. Let's see if we can find more in Nagoya. Okay, we've just come in to another Next Pro, and it's packing some real heat. Got some of these statues along the top. Dual discs are quite cool, like dual disc rings. Some unbelievable vintage, including a Japanese starter deck Yu-Gi. That is so tempting. As well as that, you can see we've got the 2 Tokyo Dome cards. And then over here, we've got our ultimate rares. And I've just seen an SM51 that is interesting me with the price. You can see a little bit of wear on the corners on the top, but it's definitely something that might be feasible for me. So we pulled the trigger on those 2 big purchases, probably 2 of the biggest purchases we'll make the whole trip. The SM51, it is a binder copy, so the edges and corners are a little bit not the best, but the main thing for me was the surface and the foil on it are completely clean, no scratches or anything like that, so that'll look super nice in the binder. And we also got the Asian English starter deck Yu-Gi, which is something I never thought I'd be purchasing or even would find on this trip. I am over the moon with that. The last shop we're going to go to today, and the last shop in Nagoya, because we are leaving Nagoya tomorrow, is Top Card 1. So let's see what it's got. Apparently it's got a lot of nice slabs and different Yu-Gi-Oh bits, so let's go. Just went to Suragawa and I managed to pick up one of the pieces that I really wanted to get on this trip, and it is the Blue Eyes stamp set. So it is sealed, and I did ask them not to open it, obviously. So I'm going to assume the stamps are in there, because as far as I know, I'm not sure they're supposed to sell you the stamps outside of Japan, or to people who live outside of Japan. So I mean, I'll take it. So I'm going to be opening it up. I might actually buy a second one to grade and one to keep sealed. So this is actually where we picked up the ARS Dark Magician earlier. It was actually sitting there beside the Exodia. As you can see, they've got quite a lot of high-end slabs, as well as some steel boxes, play mats. It's nice to see a good Yu-Gi-Oh offering. Like, even if we come over here, we've got a lot more. There's a World Championship Exodia. Might have to pick that up. The list of cards that we have to collect, to be honest, is quite large, so sometimes it gets a little bit overwhelming whenever you're looking at everything and trying to figure out exactly what it is you need. Over in this section, we have a lot of the Series 1 and Series 2. So we're going to actually maybe go through our list and see what exactly we're looking to pick up from here. Some reasonable prices as well, to be fair. So we're walking through this sick little market now at Nagoya, and we just picked up some more vintage Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, quite a few Dark Magician girls and stuff like that. Mainly a few things for the PC, but a lot of stuff for shows, because we do have a few card shows coming up and we want to stock up some vintage stuff for those. So we're coming through this market now, and I think there's a few card shops that we were at earlier when we just landed. We're going to have another look at with a bit fresher eyes. Through this little entryway, we're going to C-labo. I'm thinking we could get a lot of what we need here. Let's go. Oh yes, this is where we saw the infamous SM51 at a fairly decent price. You can see on the top corner there, condition's not unbelievable, but we're not going to get a perfect condition one if we want to pay a reasonable price for this card. So definitely one to consider, but I will be looking around and keeping this one in mind. There's loads of other vintage stuff here though. We've got Ultimate Rares, and I've noticed they've actually got a raw version of the Blue Eyes from the stamp set, so I might actually pick that up because I do want to send one off for grading. So if that one's suitable, that could be one that we pick up. I'm not sure why, but they had their Ghost Rares hidden at the bottom of the shelf here. And I'm actually pleased because we got our Dark Magician Girl a little bit cheaper. but that red eyes is piquing my interest. Just going to check it for condition. So we pulled the trigger on some of those cards in that shop. We've got a few 20th anniversary and some more expensive ones. We got the Ghost Rare red eyes, and we picked up another blue eyes stamp edition. This time it's sealed in the pack but not sealed with the stamps and the poster, so pretty cool. The condition looked good, so I definitely want to grade it and see if we can get a nice pristine CGC. So fingers crossed. It's getting into that sort of nighttime city lights vibe in Japan, so absolutely loving being here. Definitely feeling a lot better than it was earlier after a long flight and a long day with no sleep. So yeah, ready to smash it. We've got a couple more shops to visit and then gonna head for some food, so let's do it. So we've just finished in the final shop of the evening and we're absolutely starving, so we're gonna go get some food. But in the last two shops we managed to pick up two high-end Dark Magicians. We got the Ghost Rare and we got the Ultimate Rare. Super happy with today's pickups. Definitely went a bit crazy. Don't think I'm going to be slowing down though, so let's see how we go for the rest of the week.